I think with a purpose topic, next up we got goal setting. So goal setting, pretty long topic. To be honest, got my cheat sheet right here. So if you see me looking down, that's what we're talking about. But goal setting obviously is important, whether you're a student athlete, an adult athlete, whatever your goals are, whether that's dunk a basketball or lose weight, goal setting is important, right? So first up, just quick semantics out of the way. So exercise, right? The definition of exercise. Exercise is random activity for the purpose of burning calories or increasing your heart rate, right? That's what exercise is. Exercise isn't bad if that's where your goal are, if that's where you're at in your fitness journey. You just need to start moving more, start exercising more. Training, on the other hand, is carefully planned programming of exercise to achieve a specific result. If you are here, if you're with us with Be Relentless, whether that's online or in person, you are training, right? You have goals, and we are doing specific things to achieve those goals, right? So that's the first little disclaimer with this goal setting is you need to understand that you're training, right? We're not exercising. None of the stuff that we do here is random, whether that's online, in person, everything has a very specific purpose and spot in that plan to help you achieve those goals. So you're already making a great step towards your goal setting. Next up, typical SMART goal, right? SMART goal, we're talking about specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. Look at those things, right? Look up the chart. It'll kind of describe how to do it. We got to make the goal specific, right? I want to lose weight. Okay, well, like how much weight do you want to lose? How much time do you have? Get specific, right? It's got to be measurable. You can't just say, I want to have a better attitude, right? Well, how am I going to measure if I had a better attitude, right? Okay, how about I am going to reflect every single night. I'm going to look myself in the mirror. I'm going to reflect on my day and I'm going to say, was my attitude better than yesterday? And I'm going to say yes or no. I'm not going to say maybe. And I'm going to average 4 yeses per week. Now that's measurable. I can actually measure that, right? Actionable, something that you can actually do, right? Something that's gonna be a little bit challenging. Realistic, I always say something that's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10, right? You gotta challenge yourself, but at the same time, don't give yourself like the hardest goal in the entire world. Lastly, time bound. We got to be specific with our time, right? And I'll maybe get into this a little bit later, but having those timelines is going to help you know whether you need to adjust or divert from the plan. And it's also going to give you a little bit more accountability, a little bit more push to get there. So doing your homework, is this a good goal or something that I saw on Instagram or something that somebody told me that I'm supposed to have this goal, or my doctor said I'm obese, so I guess I have to lose weight even though I don't really want to lose weight? Why are you choosing this goal, right? That's going to be important. So is there actual science or is it fake research, right? There's a lot of fake research out there on Instagram. Follow our BR versus BS series on our social media and you'll hear a bunch of it, right? Am I choosing this because I want to or because I feel like I have to do it when in reality it's just not important at all for me, right? Have I tried this goal before? If I did, why did I fail at this goal in the past? What does this look like broken down into smaller steps? How can I break this goal down, right? I want to lose 40 pounds. Okay, cool. Now I just go like, okay, if we lose 40, how can I break that down into smaller actionable steps? If there are smaller steps, if this is a long-term goal, establish some short-term goals to support your long-term one, right? Okay, maybe I'm going to focus on my hydration this month. Maybe I'm going to focus on my fruits and veggies. I always say 1 degree of shift. Just one, not 180, right? We can't all of a sudden, now we're trying to go gluten-free and buy skim milk and whole wheat bread, and then I have to count my macros, and I also need to do this type of thing over here, and then I'm also going to sleep 10 hours per night, even though there's no chance I'm going to be able to do that, but that's what I'm going to do. And we have to set realistic goals. 1 degree of shift, focus on that for a while, just like our previous topic, setting good habits, right? Create a long-term habit with that 1 degree of shift, then add on another little short-term goal, right? Identify your why. This is hard, but it's the most critical. And also change your power word. So I want to lose weight because a doctor called me obese, or I want to change my body composition because I want to live a long-term healthy life with my family, right? That second goal has a lot more power to it, right? My personal goal, right? Like right now, just me personally, right? My big long-term overarching goal is I want to teach my family and my children that health is important and exercise is important, but I want to be active. I want to be active with my kids. I want to be able to climb over the front seat while we're driving down the interstate to get in the back seat to feed my other little girl a bottle, right? That's what I want to do. Like, sure, I want to be strong, and yeah, like I'd love it if I looked a little bit better with my shirt off, but like that goal isn't as important to me as the bigger why, right? So get that bigger why in picture. And that takes a lot of reflection. That takes a ton of reflection. So set boundaries. This is again with that timeline stuff. So what is your deadline? When will you reevaluate? If you're taking a break or a lateral step, what will that deadline be, right? Maybe my long-term goal is this, but right now life is hitting me with a bunch of curveballs. I'm really, really busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. So maybe I take a lateral step from that goal, right? I'm not going to take a step backwards. I'm not going to say, oh my God, I already screwed up my diet on Tuesdays. Now I'm just going to wait 2 weeks again and then I'll just start over then, right? None of you guys have ever said that before, right? I'm going to take a lateral step. All right, hey, this week is not going as planned. what if I just focus on my mobility this week? What if I hammer my mobility? Like, what if I get a little stretch session in every single night before bed for the next 2 weeks? Because life is crazy. The kids got a lot of stuff going on. I'm busy. I know I'm not going to be able to devote as much time as I want to my training or to my diet. So what if I take this little lateral step and maybe I'm just going to focus on like one healthy snack per day? Right? I haven't done that before. What if I do that? That'd be a fun little goal. Does that support my long-term goal? Heck yes, it does, right? So take a little lateral step, but set a deadline, right? Because we can do that. Life gets busy. It's always going to get more busy. It's never going to get easier. I'm sorry to be the negative Nancy in the room, but we do that all the time, right? Oh, next week it'll get easier. Oh, next week it won't be so hard. Oh, next week, and then it's still hard, right? So if I am making that smart move to sometimes punt and take a little lateral step and pursue a slightly different goal that's in line with my long-term goal, that's okay, but I need to set a deadline, because all of a sudden 1 week turns into 4 weeks, turns into 6 weeks, and me not pushing myself in my training, and we can obviously see how those habits would not be beneficial either. So set those deadlines on those, list out obstacles and solutions. So what are the biggest things that are going to stop me from achieving this goal? Is that going to be my time? Is that going to be my schedule? Is that going to be my attitude? Is that going to be my workout partner? Whatever that is, list out those obstacles and then list out the solutions. Write it down. If you write it down, you're 42% more likely. Get others on board. If you have somebody else with you and you tell somebody else, you're 65% more likely. Then check in frequently, right? Every night. Did I get closer today? Did I get closer to my goal? Yes or no? What's working well, what isn't, how can I adjust? There's nothing wrong to adjusting and adapting, right? So that's the basics on goal setting, guys. If you were training with us online, I need you, after watching this video, send us your goals. Send us some specific goals. If you haven't quite figured out your big picture why yet, that's okay. But shoot that over to us in a message. We'll kind of help you unpack it a little bit more and help you create a strategy how to get there.